you guys have done together recently.
So recently, I think like last Monday or the Monday before that, we baked a cake to celebrate my birthday.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a vanilla raspberry cake. It was pretty messy, to be honest.
Was it?
Yes.
I think Erin was telling me about this the last time that I saw her, so tell me how you made it.
How we made it? We went off of a recipe that I had just found on Pinterest, and we kind of like divided the work between ourselves. So sometimes we both do the mixing, or like I do the mixing, and like she'll like kind of prep the ingredients together or something. But yeah, it was good. We let it bake, and then we took it out. I put on the frosting, and Erin put on the raspberries, and we put too much on. So
too much frosting.
Yeah, it was too much. It was like too much of everything, and like it was like spilling off the sides of the cake. But I like that. I think I was recording too. I was recording some of it, and so I said I liked how it was messy, and then like on like one side it looked really good, and I was like, that's kind of like our friendship. Like sometimes it's a little messy, and sometimes it's a little perfect. So it was perfect. I liked it. And then we put 18 candles on it, and we sung happy birthday, and it was really good.
Nice. And you guys did this at Erin's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very enthusiastic cake, just like us.
It sounds like it. What else have you guys been doing together recently?
What did we do before that? Do you remember?
Good question.
We've been having to take like little pauses here and there. Like we don't meet like frequently every week. There's kind of been some pauses where like some of us have stuff to do.
Been stuff going on.
Yeah.
But you guys finished your mural, right?
We have not.
Almost.
Oh, you have-
We're so
Almost.
close.
Okay.
I think we have like 2 sessions left before we're done. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, really close. We worked on our scrapbook.
We did work on our scrapbook. Yeah. We got new pictures, and so we've been putting those in there, kind of rearranging them to fit the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So when you're thinking back on your relationship together, and you think back on the first time that you ever met each other, do the first impressions that you have of each other sort of hold true today? Do you remember what that day was like? What it was like meeting each other for the first time?
I mean, I remember us going down into the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and like we had this paper, and we went through the questions, and like we kind of talked about like our favorite colors. You said our both was like blue, which is
That's
good. I don't even remember what else we talked about. Kind of like what we like to do. I think I remember you saying something about you liking plants and stuff like that, and that you did go walking quite a while. But I had a feeling we were going to last, even though I wasn't really too sure about it, because I had 2 big sisters prior, so I wasn't like really trusting of our relationship at first.
Skeptical.
Yeah, I was very skeptical of it at first, but you were nice. You were really nice on the first day we met. And yeah, we've done 7 years, so.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like, I remember you being like really enthusiastic.
Really?
Yeah, like very like open to meeting someone new. Like you didn't seem very closed off.
Really?
Yeah, you seemed
I
very.
thought I was.
You didn't seem that way to me. Maybe you were, but to me you seemed okay. And then also it seemed like you were like just kind of curious about what we could do together and excited about what the possibilities were.
Really?
You were really excited about the match.
Really? Sorry. Wow. That's just so different from what I wrote.
Interesting.
So
Wow.
then maybe the first impressions, like they do kind of hold true. Maybe for you they do.
I think for me they did. Like, because I think that, like, I think Alicia's very much like this enthusiastic, eager person that, like, you're open to new experiences. Like, that's still the case. Like, honestly, I kept thinking, this is great, but she's gonna get older, and she's gonna change.
Yeah, a lot of our activities changed.
Yeah, our activities
Yeah, we
did.
stopped going to the park and stuff. We used to go to the park a lot.
Yeah.
It's true, yeah. The activities changed. But I guess I thought that you were just gonna be like, kind of just close me off at some point.
What?
That would be it.
No, I feel like I opened up more.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I feel like I remember the first time, I'm pretty sure it was the first time that I met you two, and we were on the Big Brothers Big Sisters camping trip in the Shenandoah National Park. Do you guys remember that?
I do remember
was
that.
super fun.
And I remember that my first impression of the two of you were that you guys were really close and like had a really tight bond. And it's funny because I think that was only like a year or so after you had first initially been matched, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
probably was. I don't remember the exact year, but I think you're right. And it was my first time doing it. You were like a pro though. You were with the previous
I did it
big
the year,
sister,
yeah, I
right?
did it the year prior, yeah.
Yeah. But I remember about that camping trip. It was so cool because we got to go stargazing. And then like that night after it got
Yeah.
dark, we all went out to the field in Big Meadows, I think, did
I remember that.
stargazing. And after that, you were like so into astronomy.
So into
For
stars
like
after that.
years. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we got to like follow up on that.
Yeah. We also went to like, is it the dome at UVA with all the
Yeah,
we
the
watched
Dome of the Rotunda.
Oh,
There was like
yeah.
a constellation exhibit, or like some kind of show.
Yeah. I could like
holidays.
point out the constellations. I can't do it now. I don't
Yeah.
remember them now, but I was really into astronomy for a good while.
wow. And all spawned off of the camping trip.
Yeah.
What would you say is one memory or moment that really encapsulates your relationship?
Ooh.
Do you want to go first?
Okay. Well, okay, this is just one. I mean, there's so many. It's hard to.
Right, there's a lot.
But I'm picturing
Oh my god.
the time we went on that Sugar Hollow hike.
Okay.
So Alicia's like really into waterfalls. And so I was like, we are gonna go hike to some waterfalls. And it was like COVID. We were coming out of COVID. We were still wearing masks with each other, even outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, we are gonna, because we had planned to do this on her birthday, and then COVID happened. So it was like maybe like many months later.
Yeah, it was like a while later.
And then I was like, we've got to do this. I can't let her down. We got to go on a waterfall hike. So I looked up on All Trails or somewhere about like waterfall hikes that are not too far away, because we also couldn't go too far away from Charlottesville. And I was like, there was this great woman, Sugar Hollow, and it said there are water crossings, but it's unlikely there'll be a lot of water. So we went, and I should have brought like rubber boots or something, but it was like November. I can't believe I'm telling the story on myself. I couldn't tell you then, because it might have yanked me out of the program. But we ended up doing, and we were like hardcore about it. We're like, we'll take our shoes and socks off and just wait. It wasn't a long wade, but it was really cold.
It was really cool.
And the water was high enough, we had to wade 3 times to
Three
get up
times
to the
there.
waterfall.
How
And
far
3 times
up?
back. It was like, I don't know. It went up to like maybe calf length, maybe, but like it wasn't like long, but it was like pretty like wide.
Yeah, it was long enough that your feet started to feel a little
Yeah.
numb, maybe. Yeah.
Just a little
And then we
cool.
would like dry them off with our socks and put our shoes back on and keep going.
Keep going.
And the waterfall was nice.
It was nice, and then we had to come back and do it
And I
again.
remember you wrote in our little journal, you were like,
Not doing that again.
that's not what I remember. You said it was really hard. It was really hard, but because Erin was with me, I was happy to do it. And I was like, oh my god, what did I just do?
Aww.
So I guess the reason I brought that up is like, I guess I feel like there have been challenges like throughout our relationship, like COVID and other things that have made it harder. But I feel like we've both like really tried, found ways to make it work.
That's
Even
very true.
when it was hard
And cold.
In cold water.
And then we've adjusted, so we didn't do any more hikes like that after
Right,
that.
yeah, that's true. We did it.
And we've learned what works and what doesn't, and like respect was like, oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't look like she's having fun, I'm not doing that again.
Oh my gosh.
But I thought it said a lot about you, that you willing to do that.
And we willing to do a lot of stuff. But I think mine would probably be our trip to DC and
Oh.
Philly and stuff.
Okay.
We definitely learned a lot from each other during that trip.
Yeah.
First time riding the trains together.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, together. And just kind of navigation, kind of figuring out like what we liked and like what we actually wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
There was a moment where I was kind of annoyed because there was when we went to, what was it? Was it the Supreme Court?
Yeah.
Yeah. Erin was like so determined to go inside, and then her mom had like food in her bag, and they wouldn't let us in with the food. I was just like, guys, please, either take out the food or like we could just go somewhere else. Like there was like, was it the White House that was across from us?
Well, the Capitol building
Yeah,
was really close by.
we were gonna go there too, so I was like, we could just go there early or something like that. But no, Erin was really determined. We got the food out, food was thrown away. And we got inside, and she was really excited. I think that was really nice to see, just kind of her determination to go inside. I always talk about that. You never back down from that moment. But I really enjoyed the trip overall. I think it was a good experience. We definitely learned things about each other, especially the pool. The pool was my favorite. We went to the pool one night in the hotels, and we were like fine, we were just swimming and like people came in, and then it just turned into a giggle fest. We were just laughing the whole time, and we felt so bad because they probably came to the pool to relax, and then we just could not stop laughing. And then they would like throw in their little comments here and there about our laughing. But yeah.
We were doing handstands.
Yeah, we were doing handstands in the pool, and it was hilarious.
Because I can't do a handstand in the pool.
She looked so goofy doing it. Oh my
Came up
gosh.
and she was already laughing.
It was so funny. Oh my gosh, but that was great. I really enjoyed the pool moment. But yeah.
How would you say that your relationship's really grown or evolved throughout your time together? I feel like you just kind of answered this, but do you have any other things to say?
I feel like just like doing what we both like. I don't know. I feel like kind of when I was younger, I felt like I kind of just leaned on to like your ideas. I don't really know if I like really contributed a lot to like what we would do. You would just kind of like throw out suggestions, and I'd say, oh yeah, let's do that. But I feel like now like it's definitely like we know what we like to do together. So even if like we do it 10 times, we still do it 10 times more. Or like if we didn't like that, oh, we wouldn't do it again. Like sugar olive oil. So it's just like I think just like I feel like we've grown in like what we do and like what we know we like to do, and like kind of just like planning out like kind of how we spend our time together. And I think that's made us closer together, just knowing kind of how we do our thing.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, there was another hike actually today. A waterfall
There's been a lot of
hike.
hikes.
It was a waterfall hike where we started at the parkway and went down, and it was like 4 miles round trip, but the second part was totally uphill. And after that, I realized, yeah, we're not doing that again. so I think you're right. Like we figured out like some things like we really love, like the scrapbook idea you had. You had this idea like on our 1-year anniversary that we were gonna make this scrapbook of like all our memories. So we have photos, and Alicia's super artistic. So like the pages are just that she does are really beautiful.
Your names are good too.
And so it's just like a nice book of mementos. So we work on it like what, maybe once every 6 months or something like that.
We kind of just
It's just
dabble in it a couple times.
super relaxing and also just fun to look back at stuff we've done. So like stuff like that. Yeah, I would say like we've kind of figured out like what our general areas are that we like. And then sometimes, you know, something will come up and I'll throw out, hey, you want to do this? And you're like, no.
Yeah, I actually have gotten better. I just like if I like don't want to do something, I would just like, because I feel like when we first got together, I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll try that. But like now I just like know like I know I'm not gonna like doing that, so I feel more comfortable telling her that now. Just I'm okay. I'm not interested.
I think that was one of your goals. Actually.
Yeah, that was one of my goals.
One of your original goals.
Really? On like the Big Brother Big Sister?
Well, I was asking.
Maybe just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few years ago. We've had a few goals together. I accomplished one of my goals. We were talking about this in the car.
Oh yeah.
With my presentational skills. I used to be really scared, and like she would help me, and we'd like go to our office and we'd practice all the time. And I just had a presentation where like I just felt really calm, and I knew I could do it. And I've just been speaking out in class a little bit more lately, and just like expressing my ideas, which was something I struggled with. So, yeah.
And you said you weren't even nervous.
I was not nervous. It was
Presented.
kind of get up, go, done. Yeah. It was
That's
really good.
amazing.
That's pretty awesome.
So tell me about if you guys have ever had a moment where the mentee became the mentor.
The mentee became the mentor.
So like, has there ever been a moment where you were able to kind of mentor Erin in some area, or teach her things,
Oh.
or push her
Like
in
all the
certain
time.
ways?
Oh, when we went to the shop up there,
Yeah.
and we were looking at like these pictures, and she had pointed out one that she liked from this artist, and it had turned out he was there, and so I encouraged her to go over there and talk to him, and she had kept in touch with him after that, and she was helping him on his like book and photography and stuff, and like, you know, some things don't always work out, but I'm really proud of her for giving it a try.
And she totally did that because you encouraged her?
Yeah.
Totally.
He was like, hey, I like, oh, no, it was a writer. It was a writer, right? You needed a writer.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you write sometimes.
And then we left, and she's like, you know, you have to apply for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
So
think
we
that's
did,
definitely
yeah.
one of the moments, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think there's like been a lot of those moments where you're like, well, you know, like sometimes I'll be saying like what happened to me that week or whatever, and like you're like such a good listener, and then sometimes you're like, I'm really proud of you for doing that for yourself. I'm like, oh, that's so great.
Everyone needs encouragement.
Yeah.
What changes or growth have you seen in each other over the years?
I would say just, I feel like we both, in a way, kind of just got more comfortable talking more about like our personal selves, kind of. So like when we talk about highlights or lowlights, we do that every time we get in the car. It's not just, oh, I got an A on my math test or something, or I did a really good job getting a donor this weekend. It's more like more deep into like what we kind of did, and like maybe our feelings a little bit. And I feel like we both kind of, especially you, I love when you tell me about like kind of some personal stuff, because it's like, oh, you trust me to know that. And it's like nice to know. So yeah, I would say that's one.
Yeah, I think that's right. Like we've gone from like talking about like what we have done to like more about how we feel about it, or what we're thinking, or how we're like planning to make maybe different decisions about things in the future, or like our relationships with family members,
Definitely.
friendships, boundaries, like a lot of this.
Yeah, we definitely got more close in a way like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like with that, like we can be more honest with each other, not only in terms of like opening up, but also in terms of like what we, like you were saying earlier, what we do and don't like, you know, because I do think like there was a phase where you were just like, you know, willing to sort of go along or whatever, or if it wasn't even about a decision, you'd just be like, oh, that's nice or whatever. And now if I'm like, oh, you know, what do you think about this? You're like, no, you know, if it's something that you're not. And so that's nice to feel like we have that kind of honesty.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have a proudest moment together?
Proudest moment together. I feel like anytime we finish one of our like hikes would be a proud moment. We usually take long hikes. Like they're usually pretty up there in terms of my skill.
Not 20,000 steps though. Yet.
But hey, I mean, they've been good, I think. And we usually always like talk on the hikes too. So it's like we're always out of breath from just talking and laughing and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely when we get to the top and see the view, or we see the view of the waterfall, or like whatever we're looking at, I feel like that's a pretty proud moment. Like, hey, you got here. I think that I definitely felt like that on my birthday last year. I went to Humpback Rock, and I hadn't been on a hike in a while, and it was super tiring. but I started from the bottom with you and I got to the top with you. So
we did Humpback Rock on your birthday, right?
oh yeah.
That's like a super steep hike. It's like a mile of total uphill.
Yeah.
So I
it was
remember
up
you
there.
picked Humpback Rock. We had done this together when you were
I was
much younger.
Yeah, I was way younger when we first.
I just ran across that picture and you were like up to here on me or something. Up in the back. So you were like, I want to try it again. So we went back on your birthday, or like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
17th birthday. Yeah. Yeah. And then Alaja suggested to me, this is another coaching moment, where she's like, what are you doing on your birthday? And I had like something planned the week before, like some travel. And she's like, well, what are you doing on your birthday? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, well, you need to do something. So that's when I had this thought, like, it'd be so fun to go up to Black Rock, watch the sunset. And I was like, well, would you do that? And she's like, yes. And she and like another friend and some family members and I went up there. It was really, really special. Like one of the best birthdays I've had. And it was like because you suggested and kind of pushed me to think about doing something on that day. It was really special. It's really cool.
It's a good hike too. That one's not too intense.
Yes, not
Right.
yeah. It was chill.
What have you guys learned about yourself through your relationship with each other?
I think it's just like I can do it mindset. I feel like when I was younger, I would like want to do something, but I was like too scared to actually do it. And I feel like especially with getting more comfortable in Erin and telling her things that I have like hard times with, or like family stuff or just school stuff in general, she always gives me that encouragement that I need. And then I end up doing it, and I end up doing a good job at doing it. So I just feel like I've kind of developed like I can do it and I will do it kind of mindset. So that's mine.
It's a pretty big deal. In addition to which really leads to, I think, like, you can apply for big schools and you can get into them, and you are going to a big prestigious university, for example, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that, like, as she's, like, when you were trying to get into St. Anne's and did all this, like, work, teaching yourself math to get through the test, and I've just been amazed at, like, your grit, and also the way you've been able to, like, believe in yourself.
Thank you.
So that's pretty cool. How have I grown? Yeah, I mean, I think I've had to, like, maybe become a better listener, because, like, as you've grown up, like, there've been our conversations have gotten, like, more sophisticated, and so sometimes I'd be like, oh gosh, what if this comes up? What am I gonna say? Or how are we gonna, we're gonna approach this or whatever? And I just feel like it's always felt like so easy and comfortable, and I've just learned to sort of like trust the flow of our relationship, which has been really nice. And also, like, this may sound kind of funny, but I think during this time, I've realized, like, I can be really steady over a period of time. So I used to think of myself as pretty, like, just, I don't know, just adventurous, and I'll just go do whatever anytime. Hopefully I'm still that way to a certain extent. But I think, just realizing, like, how important this relationship is to me, and making it a priority, like, every week that's possible, right? Which is more than I do for my friends, honestly.
No, right. I see you more than I see anyone else.
Right. And I just think that's pretty cool. Like, realize, okay, I've been able to, my life has taken different twists and turns, and I've been able to, like, prioritize something that's really important to me. So I'm grateful that I've figured that out. And had the opportunity with someone so amazing.
Absolutely. What would you say has been the most rewarding part of your time together?
think just being able, I'm trying not to cry. I feel like I can call you like, oh gosh. Sorry. I feel like I can call you like my real sister. And I think that's really rewarding. Because I haven't had like the best relationship with my sister now. And I just feel like I can really trust you with a lot of things. And I'm really grateful for that. Sorry. Just being with you, just being with you for 7 years just has been really amazing, and I love you so much. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's my answer.
No apologies.
Thank you. Yeah, I was trying not to cry this whole time. But yeah, that's my answer.
Well, now I'm crying too. I mean, I think like that, like just feeling so close, and I just feel like it's just part of my family, you know. And like whenever like, I mean, most of the time it's time just the two of us, but sometimes there's like times when my mom or my dad's involved, and they're always like asking about her, and there's a possibility of something that we may be planning post Big Brothers Big Sisters, travel related, with some family members. And I was like talking to my dad about it, and I was like, I'm really hoping, you know, we could do this time when Alaja come. He's like, oh, that would be great. So I just feel like our family is like not complete without you. I think that was really like something aspirational. I thought like I would really love to get to be close to someone and have them be a meaningful part of my life, and vice versa. And it's like a dream come true.
Do you guys think you'll stay in touch next year and beyond?
Oh,
like, tell me about
absolutely.
that a little bit.
This is never ending. I always tell her, like, it's never ending. We're still gonna be best friends. Like, no matter how far away in St. Louis, doesn't matter. We're always gonna be together.
So that you'll definitely keep in touch and give her a call when you're.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's never ending.
Either that, or I'm just gonna show up at the workshop. Hello.
You have a phone.
Yeah, or I told my boss, like, I'm gonna be taking some trips to St. Louis.
Yeah. Some donors.
Yeah. I'll see who I can muscle up there.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way like we think about it is, you know, sorry, Big Brothers and Sisters. It's been great to have you be a part of our relationship.
Thank you for bringing us together.
Thank you so much for making this possible, and like,
We're on the
it's ending for you.
And not for us. It's never ending.
It's just gonna
That's
continue.
the whole purpose. I'm really glad you did that.
I think Big Brothers and Sisters have done a great job, like supporting us too. Like, I think that's been really big.
Yeah.
Obviously, but just in terms of like all the calls and support, and I think especially last summer giving us permission to go on that college trip was pretty awesome. Like that was just so cool to get to do that, and like go to another city together and really like have an adventure without a car the whole time.
Walking, buses.
It was exhausting.
Metro.
And we had some big city experiences. Like, I mean, people came up to us. That guy was trying to proselytize to you.
It was a lot of things happened.
And the woman who fainted in the middle of the street.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can I tell the story? I don't think we have told the story.
We have not.
I forgot about that.
It was a very hero moment.
It
I
was.
want to hear about it.
So it was like 90 degrees in DC.
Yeah, it was really hot.
And we were like so my mom was with us for this part of the trip, and we were like pulling our suitcases to the bus stop because we were all public transportation except for just a couple quick Ubers.
Mhm.
And it was super hot. It was like mid-afternoon. We just crossed the street to the bus stop, and we heard
her fall, I believe.
there was this really kind of elderly woman, and she had like a down vest on or something. Anyway, so she collapsed in the middle of the street, and so my mom and I like rushed to see if we could like move her or something very gently, get her out of the street or stop traffic. And Alicia called 911.
I had to call 911 and tell them to come.
That's a big thing because it's hard when you're dealing with an emergency situation.
Yeah, it was
like
my
not
first
everybody
time.
responds by calling 911.
It was
the
my first time.
yeah. Yeah, and she described like what was going on and did all the things with the 911.
Were you able to tell them where you were?
Yeah, we were like right on the street, so like the street name was like right there. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. You know, watching a lot of crime shows and stuff like that.
Well, it sounds
I kind of had it down. I knew exactly what to say.
So that was a bit, yeah, like it felt like kind of like a big city experience of like, oh, this thing's happening, you have to respond. And,
Yeah.
Did it with flying colors, so yeah. So the ambulance arrived and she was able to
Yeah,
to get.
and there was a few other people there to help as well.
That's
it wasn't
right.
just us.
That's right. There were like some people with medical degrees and stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
I think it originally was what's been the most rewarding part of your time together? Which I feel like you answered. I mean, if you're ready for another one.
Yeah.
Unless you have something else.
Is there anything about our trip? I wonder. It was really fun to get to like learn new things. Like it was like we were both navigating the metro system. And by the end of like after like 24 hours in Philly, you were like, I think I can live here.
Yeah, I feel like I had it down. I feel like I kind of understood.
Yeah.
And like, no offense, but you know, older people don't really know like technology that well. Just like the older generation. So I feel like I had that all kind of down packed and like what to do.
She was much better at navigating.
Yeah, I took care of the finding the routes and stuff like that.
I mean, legit. I was like, and I would like start to navigate, and she's like, "Oh no, like this is the app you need to be using."
Truth. What was that?
I think she was using like, were you using Google Maps or something?
So.
I was using Apple Maps. In Apple Maps, you can like see the prices of stuff. You can see like kind of like how like not really how long it would take, but it just had like more information.
Like the metro stops and
Yeah.
they were listed.
Yeah.
In the way they were.
They just had like more
information.
information on it. And I was like, I think we should use this.
Yeah.
Nice. Do they have a metro in St. Louis?
They do. I just learned that the other day. They do.
Nice. So now you'll be a pro. when
Yeah,
you're-
Pro.
and students have free access, so I get free. For free
Oh,
so
that's nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What would you guys say to someone who is considering becoming a big?
Ooh. My answer to that was just kind of just like, oh wait, becoming a big? Oh, well, that's really your question.
And yours. Like somebody is thinking about becoming a volunteer and they're kind of thinking about this experience. What would you say to them?
I mean, having a little is rewarding, honestly. It's a good experience to have. I think you learn a lot about yourself when you're doing it. So like, I don't know, I don't think you're feeling a little lost, but maybe if you're just like trying to find more things out about yourself, kind of just getting out there. You know, kids have, I think they're very adventurous, so they're willing to try new things, even if maybe they don't want to. Maybe they'll still try. But I think being a big can be a really good opportunity for you. And even if like you have one little, or maybe you might get another one later. It's still a good experience to have. I guess that would be my answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is such a rewarding experience. Like, obviously, it's a time commitment, right? That's really important to take seriously. And so I think anyone who's like not sure that they can make the time commitment, I think that's the number one thing, is like making sure you can show up, and that like really respecting that other person's time, and their investment too. But yeah, I mean, I think it's like, it's this whole other part of my life that, I mean, my friends have wonderful lives too, but they don't have necessarily this same aspect of their life that I do, right? And it's like this whole arena in which I have like all these great memories of all these experiences that we've had together, and the hikes, the travels, the art projects, the different things that we've done, and so I feel like all over Charlottesville, I've got these like fun memories.
Oh yeah, we kind of have been all over.
Spending time together. Yeah. So yeah, I would say it's like, I mean, it's an amazing opportunity to get to be friends with someone in a different generation, right? And to really have a chance at a connection, and a friendship there.
Absolutely. Are there other memories that you can think of that you want to share with us?
What I keep thinking about recently is when we would go to the library, and I think we picked out the series that we liked for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. I wish I did. But we would sit in we went to like the public library downtown, and I forgot the name. What is it? Jefferson?
Yeah, Jefferson Madison.
Yeah, and we would sit in like the little kids' corner, and we would take turns reading it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And I had trouble reading out loud at first. I was not confident at all. But I think just like, I really liked those days when we just went to the library and just read. It was nice. I grew. I can read out loud now without feeling scared.
You were just saying you were reading to a bunch of kids.
Yeah, I was reading to a bunch of kids yesterday. So yeah, I really like that memory. I think we kind of did that the first few times when we've been together.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely that one. Or maybe when we went to the pool for the first time. We went to or maybe there's a lot.
Tell me.
I really like, what is it called? It's like the creek, and like we've done kayaking on there before.
Yeah. At the Ragged Mountain Reservoir?
No, not there. It's like
Walnut Creek.
Walnut Creek,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my gosh. I really like going there when we would go there. We would just like swim around. One time there was a bee when we went kayaking, and there was like a bee in my boat, and you did like paddleboarding or something. And I'm terrified of bees. So I was like, Erin, no, I can't do it. And like we were kind of in like the deep end. We were pretty far out.
We had life preservers on.
We had life. Yeah, we had those on. I promise, we had those on. We were like pretty far out, and I was like, Erin, I can't do it. So we had to switch
In the middle of the lake.
in the middle of the lake. And so she got in the kayak, and I went paddleboarding for the first time.
How was that? Because that's not easy.
It's not easy. It was good. I kind of had to like redistribute like my weight kind of everywhere, so like I would stay on board. But once I got the hang of it, I was going.
Yeah.
I post a picture all the time. I love that picture. She took pictures of me when I was doing it. It was nice. I love talking about it.
Yeah, you did great. But that's a great example of like, you were like, oh, the bee, and it was something that you weren't comfortable with. So then like, to avoid the bee, did something that was like even more challenging.
I had to get out of there.
You didn't want to paddleboard at first, but you're like, I'm doing it now.
No, yeah, I declined it.
So then, like, in addition to avoiding the bee, you learned this whole new skill set. That's kind of like how it goes.
And change in the middle.
Exactly. In the middle
not
of the
beginner.
lake.
Not beginner.
It had to be done. I had to get away.
Well, I that's one thing I really admire about you is like, she's, Alicia's little like unnerved a little bit by some buzzing insects.
I
But that
don't
does
like
not
bees.
stop her from like, we've gone on wildflower hikes. We've done a bunch of painting on our mural, and there's plenty of insects. So sometimes she wears like these.
Noise canceling headphones, so I
Yep.
can't hear them buzz around me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've tried to just like not pay attention to them sometimes. That's kind of like where I'm at right now. Just like pretending that they're not there. But if I hear a buzz, it's just like I immediately run to her.
But like you pushed past that so much, you figured out how to manage it and push past it to do all these things
Yeah.
outside, which wasn't your comfort zone. And now you're gonna minor in landscape architecture.
Yes. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
I really love nature. The bees I'm getting there with the bugs of it, but like everything else about it I love. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's another really fun thing that's been like fun to me to be able to like watch as like you've grown, because you're like, for example, architecture, right? All the art, like just so artistic and so talented and hardworking. Like so, but that has evolved, and you're like, oh, I can use this for architecture, and then maybe some landscape architecture. But that was like such a cool thing to discover about you, that you were interested in that. Do you remember how that started?
I really don't. People ask me that a few times, but I think I like found like this presentation that I made once in like the 9th grade, and I said I was interested in architecture. I don't know where that came from, like at all. It's just kind of just came out of nowhere, and I've been interested in it ever since. So I have no idea.
And you don't know anyone who's an architect.
I have no one. I have no idea where it came from.
It's that can-do attitude. You're like, all right, I'm interested.
I can do it.
Now
I can
she's
do it. Now I'm
enrolled in
now I'm
an
getting there.
architecture program.
So what do you guys have planned coming up?
Ooh.
Like, we're coming up to the end of your official Big Brothers Big Sisters time, which sounds like it's good because you guys have got some post-program plans that probably don't necessarily fall within our rules. Which I'm glad to hear, because that's the whole point. But what do you have planned for the rest of your official time together? And as you're preparing for graduation and to go off to college and...
So definitely finishing our mural. I'm gonna have like a little opening for that and invite some people, obviously you. And yeah, kind of just gathering everyone there, kind of talking about it and stuff like that. What else? Graduation, invited, of course. I'm super excited for that. We kind of just don't really make that many plans until like last minute.
Like, what do you want to do next time?
Yeah, and then like we just check in with each other, kind of how we're feeling, the weather's like, and stuff like that. That's kind of how like we make our plans. We don't really have like a set plan
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah, we might like work some more on our scrapbook. If there's some event that we want to go to, we might do that.
There's the art opening for, I submitted a painting to JMRL, and like there's little like opening that they have or something, and they invited us to go, so I'm excited. Yeah, we got selected, so.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I think just things like that around town. Yeah, we may come up with something more.
Just going with the flow.
Anything that you'll do that's sort of like, we've done this before and it's our favorite thing, or like, we definitely want to do the Charlottesville thing before you go off.
Yeah, we had a list like that. Remember we started it. You wanted to go back to Lazy Daisy pottery.
Oh yeah, I did want to go back there. Oh,
You wanted to do
yeah.
did you want to do like cooking class?
Oh yeah, with them, yeah,
Mhm.
we did. I put that on the list as well. Definitely more baking. I think we put on the list as well. We definitely done that quite a few times lately. What else? We always make lists. I still have that list we first made like ever, and it's like that brown paper.
That's
and, like,
right.
Yeah, we just we always have something on there. We want to watch movies.
Yeah.
Oh, our movie nights. Those are
Yes.
pretty special too.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Yeah.
love our movie nights. We like switch off on picking movies, and like one time we had like a peanut butter night, and like we ate everything with peanut butter because I was obsessed with peanut butter at some point, and like we watched a movie while eating peanut butter.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for those too.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You're asking the interviewer the question.
Okay.
Well, I'm just curious, like, you've seen so many different matches come through and so forth. Like, I'm curious if, like, does each match sort of have its own personality, and like, how do you see, I don't know, I'm just curious, like, kind of how we fit into that overall.
Oh, I definitely think that each match has different personalities, and you know, relationships are things that they're not uniform from person to person. You know, every relationship is sort of different and unique, and that very much plays out with the matches. I think with you guys, it's like ever since I first met you at the Shenandoah camping trip that we went on with the, you know, all of the other matches, it was really clear to me how close you guys were already at that point. And like I said, I think you had only been together for maybe like a year or so. But having worked for Big Brothers Big Sisters programs for so long, it was just really evident that you guys had a certain bond, and it really stood out to me, and it sort of played through the test of time. You know, I think that doing your match support during the pandemic and checking in with you guys during that really challenging time for relationships, right? Like you couldn't get together in person for a long time, and then it was with like all of these different restrictions and mask wearing, and you guys just really sort of persevered through that, which was amazing. A lot of matches really struggled during that time, and I think that they just weren't as dedicated to one another. And you know, I think that that's what's really special about your relationship, is that obviously Erin's invested in you, Alaja, but you're also equally as invested in her and in
That's so true.
the experience. And so I think that that's what makes it, you know, really special.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, Alicia's like my role model. She's like, remember when you talk about your best friends? You're like, oh, my 100 of my best friends. I was like, wow, if only. Yeah. That's amazing.
So many friends.
Yeah.
That was like middle school where I
I
said
know,
that.
I know, which I know that's maybe not like, but it's like, I feel like you've always been so like warm and open to people and experiences, and like, I don't know, I think that's that, and like the way that you're able to like connect other people while also like believing in yourself is like pretty awesome. So maybe that's what I've learned. You know?
Just
like
learned a lot of things.
Yeah, just having a really awesome like female role model in my life.
Oh.